I'm ABC 15 data analyst Garrett Archer, and I'm taking you inside the numbers on the nation's economy shrinking slightly and some of the reasons for that. So not stellar news, but what we've seen in the data the past few months means that it wasn't unexpected news. The nation's gross domestic product declining by 0.3 of a point in the first quarter of the year, and this is not a common occurrence. In 20 years of quarterly data, not including the 2020 COVID year, the GDP only declined 10 times, and half of those cluster around the Great Recession. Most recently, the GDP dropped by 1% in the first quarter of 2022. And let me show you the numbers behind this current drop. Consumer spending, a huge component of the GDP, was up 1%. Investments, which is business spending, was up a whopping 3.6%. Government spending and exports changed very little. The issue really was imports. They pulled a staggering 5% from GDP growth. And this is important. When imports rise, they are initially a net negative on GDP growth, and boy, did they rise. In response to the tariff announcements in March, businesses stocked up on overseas products at a level not seen since COVID-19 disrupted the supply chains. The nation's trade deficit plummeted $300 billion to nearly $1.4 trillion. So consumers are also prepping for the tariffs, which ripple through the GDP numbers. We spent $57 billion more on vehicles and car parts in March, dwarfing every other category and happening just before the auto tariffs kicked in on April 3rd. Otherwise, most of the spending increases happened in the service categories. Finally, reports on two other economic indicators, one good and one not so good. The price of goods and services that you buy declined to 2.3%, so close to that Federal Reserve target of 2%. Also, ADP says 62,000 jobs were added in April. Impressive looking, but it is half of what was expected. With a look inside the numbers, I'm Garrett Archer, ABC 15, Arizona.